Check. Good morning, everybody. Let's switch over there. All right. Oh, how's everybody doing this morning? Hopefully better than I am. I'm still trying to recover from being sick, man. And I woke up and there was snow outside. Not what I expected this morning, man. I tell you what. Oh, and it's Friday. I completely lost track of what time it was, what day it was, because I was sick, so I lost like an entire day. And I got up this morning, I'm like, oh, it's Friday. Holy crap. Like, felt like my week just kind of flew by. I was going to stream last night and completely biffed that because I didn't even realize what day it was. All right. Well, anyway, doing a bit of a morning stream this morning. It's kids have an early out today at school, so I'm not going to be able to hit my regularly scheduled afternoon screaming. That happens when the kids get home, is the afternoon screaming. I am still kind of phlegmy and coughing a little bit from being sick, so hopefully I can hit that mute button quickly so I'm not blowing out everyone's eardrums when I start coughing. And my board is this little sound with buttons is sliding all over the place. It's because there's a piece of plastic on it. I'm trying to fix it real quick. Yeah, oh yeah, still got protective plastic on it. Apparently I'm that guy. This is gonna be any better. Oh yeah, holy cow, it's way better. I've had this thing for like a year and a half and I never noticed that was there. Nice, now the thing doesn't budge. Heck yeah, that's awesome. Okay. Look at that. First mute button successful. Still just very phlegmy. Alright, but I got my coffee. And I think I'm ready to start going. My coffee wasn't coming out of my cup. That was embarrassing. Okay. So what am I working on? I'm currently looking at my Steam Command Center and working through just getting that first game server to work and getting it to load. So we're just going to keep hammering through that and let's see what we can get going. Roll up the old sleeves and let's get kicking. Okay, so I was working through trying to understand my sound stuff. What's going on here? Okay, there we go. That's a little better. I bumped it and everything changed, so so we got the app running. I was kind of looking through, seeing what's going on. I have game servers. This is a list of all the available games. And then it's called Valheim servers here, but I want it to be something different. This is going to be the games that are active to be used on this machine. So I think what I want to do, okay, so I can come here, I can edit the settings. This should allow it to change settings. And let's pull up I haven't pulled up my database connection. DB browser. I couldn't remember what it was called. Steam Command Center. Eyes twitching. Why is it when I ever start, as soon as I start streaming, my eye starts twitching? Must be the government trying to stop me from doing whatever it is that I'm doing. Let's see, global configuration, enabled servers. So I have one server, game server. No. I have a configuration. I only have one configuration item set because these are supposed to go in there. So we'll call this file save because they're all required. Okay. A world password. My first server. Oh, okay. So object's not object reference not set instance of an object. Okay, this is starting to look a little more familiar. What object is null? Item. Let's Oh, because I'm doing first or default, and it doesn't exist yet. That makes a lot. When I click save settings, where am I? I'm in the configuration. I'm calling the function. Wait, no, I'm doing the check here to see if it's null or its value is null. Instance. Oh, maybe I have. I'm passing in the instance name there, not here. Oh, it's been a while. I can't remember what I was thinking, and it was doing it at night, so I'm sure it was tired and not thinking well. Pass in an instance name if it exists. When I hit save, I don't have that instance name. I think I need to make this a property on this class. Yeah, I do. Okay. Simple enough. And it's no longer instance ID, it's instance name. Well, wait, maybe I do want it to be the instance ID. Enabled server. No. Yeah, it's this record. I know what this record is, right? Just run the app again. I want to look at something. Obviously, I didn't do any kind of prep work getting ready for the stream today. So I apologize for that. Alright, game servers. I look at the server, I say edit. Game server ID is 1. So I want the game server ID, not the instance. What do I call it? Oh, because instance name is part of that, so game, what is that field called? Go to enable server. ID. It's just the ID. Oops. Oh, almost done. Why am I so much more fast? So much more faster. So much faster. All right. Do a build on that. I should be able to. Inherited property. All right. Now let's come here and then I hit edit. My instance. Object reference not set to an instance of an object. Context was null. Oh. Should have put my contacts in. These are already ears. Okay. Edit. Let's see. Get on post. Okay, so when the thing loads, I need to set And then I need to pass in how it needs to work. But I didn't think it works. Yeah, so that context is still null on that page. I thought it might be. I didn't think that was gonna work. It'd be too easy. So when this one gets created, it's not being created with that context in it. So what I need to do before I call that, I need to say Valheim configuration. Context. I can't assign that context to you. Because I make it private. Is there any reason why I wouldn't? No, I'll just make it. I'll make it public. And center context. Command center context. Put brackets on it. I'm dumb. Turn underscore context. Set. Underscore x is equal to value. Oh, this one here. Go. Did that mostly, actually entirely, because I didn't want to change all my code to use the public property, so I just manually created the underscore get and set functions, and no, the field context value. I'm gonna ignore that error for that warning for now. Oh, my neck, it hurts. Edit. Now I can come here and say command center context. Context. Now hopefully it will. Those settings gotta work. Do 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 do. I hit save. No, it didn't. Did not actually take it. Oh, no. No. Why didn't it do anything? Okay, let's put a breakpoint here. Save. Oh, why is the model state invalid? Enable specific properties you bind to eat. Would make the property state invalid. But it indicates whether any model state in the state invalid or not valid, but it is validated. If I take out one of these, I'm gonna hit save. It says, "Oh, that's required." Huh. Let's look at that configuration. All the values in it. All right, so what causes of model state to be invalid? I need a browser that's not the one I use for everything else. Goog. Model 8 valid. It's false. Why is mouse? Why is it? Sure. I don't know if that makes sense. So I can look at the model state values. That is not a very good view. Why is this? Take advantage possibly using breakpoints. Easy browse to pull the value. Oh, I got it. Okay. Easier to do it from this. It's valid. 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 Expect it's this one. Nope. Invalid. Command center context. Ah, I just need to set the context earlier. I can do that. Or I can click that wrong button. Save it. Does it work now? I think it will. Good morning, TB. How are you today? Sweet. Alright, it still is invalid. What? Validation state invalid. I'm also happy it's Friday. I started getting sick, I think Monday, and I'm finally kind of like at the back end of that. I'm still a little phlegmy and stuff, but I'm doing a lot better. I mean, it was I feel like I lost like a whole day of just kind of that fog of being sick. I spent like an entire day on the couch, and then all of a sudden I realized this morning when I woke up, I'm like, hey, it's Friday. I don't have to get up to go to work today. Felt nice. So it's still invalid. Oops. Model state is going properly. The bind attribute, better option to be view models. I want it to be What's the? There's got to be a property you can use. Data annotations. No, I've already got data. Eye is twitching again, though. I should just go look at the dot. Fired, max length, string length. Oh, man. Every once in a while, those costs just come on pretty strong. Okay. Thought it was like ignore, but maybe it's not ignore. The annotations ignore. I know I've done this before. Last property. Not mapped? What I want? Maybe that is what I want. That's all about putting it in a new framework. Try it and see what happens. We'll just give her a go. Edit. Oops. Server name. World name. Void. Instance. Can't type. Still says it's invalid. Excuse me. Ooh, that was breakfast. All right. Yeah. So it's not not mapped. One property. I want to check that one property. Non-nullable properties are parameters. Let's follow. Validation system treats non-nullable parameters or bound properties as if they had a required allowed true, followed by null. App was built. Nullable enabled a missing value. Do I just make the property nullable? Maybe it's not nullable as is. Be simple enough. Void instance name. Now it's true. Heck yeah, it is. Except it didn't actually save it, did it? Which is that's the next problem. name. Well, let's go. Oh, I'm reusing the same item, so it's killing them all, isn't it? I bet it is. Mm-hmm. Well, let's start simple. Let's just do this. Oh, not hitting that. Oops. Hitting it hard. No. Jesus. Okay. Let's try that and see if it saves settings. I don't want it to write five saves to the database, but for testing, it's fine. Oh, need to default that. Save it. Yeah, it still didn't do anything. I wonder why that is. Okay, so that didn't make any difference. Okay. So save settings. Oh, because it's... Wait. Oh no, it's in there. So... Oh. So I say instance. Oh. Yeah, I've got a very fundamental flaw here because I'm passing this instance name, not ID. Let me go look at this. Where do I pass in the instance stuff? Oh, well, easy way to figure it out. Build. Stop debugging. Find where the errors are. Okay, so when I create one, if I say configuration, where is the instance name? Item. index mod is this? Valheim server. Run it. No, I can't run it because it's broken. Don't do that. I gotta go unbreak it. Oops. No. Run it again. I did it for a reason. I just don't think it makes sense. I think it's right now. This index page, right? Let's figure out which page that is. For definites. Okay, so index. So I get all the servers. I have one. Doesn't have an instance name. Why doesn't it have an? It does have an instance name. Oh no, it doesn't. Okay, well that's a different problem. No, I don't want to use the instance name here. We're gonna call it int. The good old C#. That's right. Instance. It's equal to 0. A 1 in 3 chance of getting it right. Yeah, that's good enough. Now let's come here and I'll put item.b. Don't need that more. There we go. Cannot convert int string b. Now it's gonna be fine-ish. Oh, details page is still broken. I haven't fixed that. Edit. Oh, doesn't know the instance ID? What? Why doesn't it know that ID? Is that this page? Okay. So I get all of the game servers. Or no, I get the game server where it's specifically that one. I go get all the enabled servers. I end up with a list, which right now is just 1. Has an ID of 1. The active is false, that doesn't matter. So I pull up that one item. ID is 1. Yep. And I say add a new configuration. Oh, maybe my configuration's still broken. Yeah, it is. It's totally broken. God, I'm an idiot. ID is equal to instance ID. There we go. Passed it in, but I didn't do anything with it. Can't do that. All right, now let's go. Ooh, did it break? No, it's breakpoint. It did break, but not broken. Broke. Oh, there it is. Server name, world name, password, and instance name still not being set. So, why is that still using the wrong? Interesting. Oh, Oh, because that's not being built here. That's being built in the actual CSHTML. Edit, and it's item.id. All right, let's get that instance name being saved. Edit. That in. Sorry, I knew that. Root folder path. I got password in here twice. I think that's probably why it's broken. Server name, world name, word, root folder. No, I just don't have it in here at all. This. Duplicate it again. Instance, oops, no, lowercase. Instance name. And that should be it. Now I should have the instance name saved. Edit. Instance name. Still didn't do it. No, I think I probably did. Yeah, it's there. It's got the wrong value in it, though. Oh, because I copied it. Oh, I'm dumb. Yeah, no, I'm just not fully thinking my brain, making my brain work right. There we go. And then on the, oops. Probably instance name. Is that gonna save? Probably won't. Restart. I do. Edit. Okay, so now it's being saved. Now it's just not displaying right. That's fine. So display for instance name. That's probably because I don't have it populated. Instance name. Oh. Restarts. Okay, did I? Yeah, I screwed it up. Oh, no, I didn't. Instance name. Oop. So there it has the right name. Oh, there we go. I was missing it. Server name, world name, password. I must think it's a password field. I'm gonna take a look at that. Y N on earth? Oh, my wife is sending me emails from work. That can't be good. Oh, she says it's humorous. IT humor. Oh my god, this is fantastic. I gotta share this. I gotta at least share the image. So my wife works at a bank and they are phasing out Google Chrome on all of their machines, which we just recently did at work. And let's see, here is the picture that their IT people sent to the company. I think they're switching out for like Edge, but this is the picture that their IT team sent. Oh, I can't zoom that? That's dumb. Good old Marvel Universe humor. I don't feel so good. Oh yeah, they're switching to Edge as their default browser for all their PCs. So just like we did at work. But yeah, I really like that. I'm gonna. Say, I wish our IT team was that funny. Oh wait. There we go. Yeah, I thought that was pretty good. I don't feel so good. Okay. Distractions aside. What was I doing? Oh, I was trying to figure out why this thing was coming up as a password. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's probably because it's password. It looks at password. Interesting. That's not the behavior that I want. Let's see if we can change that a little bit. Let's see, that would be here, right? Display name. Oh, not name of. Server password. See if that's enough to make it smarter. It's still gonna pop up. That's gonna be annoying. Alright, that's a future problem. I didn't want to close it. I wasn't ready to do that. Oh, I love how it just picks a random monitor to go to sometimes. Let's say it is active. Just make sure. Oh, look at that. It didn't actually save it because I'm not saving it as active either. Alright, let's see. Same thing again. I need to really fix this code because this is gonna kill me. That'll probably be its own stream, fixing the code once the app is functioning. What? Yeah. can't put that there. It's inside of a thingy. And let's come up here. Well, it is active. And is active. Ooh, let's just mess it all up. And now we run. Active? Now it's inactive. Sweet. She replied back. That can't be good. Oh, I just got told I better step my game up. Okay, so now I can edit all the settings. So now okay, let's see how. I think the main page is still the one that's actually started the server. Yeah, start server. I don't think it's actually doing it anymore. Yeah, I killed it. Well, I create an instance of the server, and then I have all of those settings. So let's look at that. All right. Oh. Ugh, I don't think I hit mute that time. I don't think it worked. I didn't. Nope. So this is the actual server code. At the properties. That I will have to set. I struggle with these still. I don't think I want to keep these hard coded, but I'm going to for now. So okay, flow. Game flow. Do I have it still running? No, I don't. It's gonna run through the flow of my brain. Alright, so I come here. This UI is gonna change a little bit because it's not gonna be just specific games, or I'll have a million of them. But I'll go to a page that'll list all the available servers that I have enabled. And then I can click on details on one. That will take me maybe to this. To show me all the instances. So I can go from game servers. I can go enabled servers. To details. Okay, yeah. Flowchart this. We'll say home. Main. List. All servers. All enabled servers. I'll have another one here then that says enabled servers. And this will have a link to for instances. I'll be able to go to instance. That. And then here I can I like those filters. So here I can have this just want the standard. Where's this the standard oval? I don't know why I have to have it be the right one. So I'll be able to say details, page. So I go from the listing all of them. I can go to enabled servers, server instances, go to an instance details, and the details page is where I can start, stop, configure. That'll be this page here. So from here, I click the edit button, I'll make changes. Yeah, sometimes I gotta draw out the flow, otherwise my brain just kind of ventures off on its own. And these are my very professional diagrams, right? You know, all the same boxes. I think I'll click on the details, and this is where I can actually, the details page will do the start stop, and I'll have a link to the edit. Right. Yeah, that'll be all right. Okay, so why is the details page broken? Oh yeah, you do the same. Got to keep bringing them up on stream. Just look at scribblings of a madman. That's kind of what it looks like. I have that when I'm taking notes. Notes that make sense to me make sense to absolutely nobody else, because I don't necessarily write down what's being said. I write down what triggers it in my brain. And it's odd sometimes, the things that pop into my that I write down to help me remember something. You know, what's the one? I did it one time. I was sitting in a meeting, and I didn't have my notebook. I was across the room, and I said, hey, I'm like, what's the thing? And I'm like, read what's on my notebook. Like, I have it written there and underlined, and it was like, if this isn't right, I can't remember what it was, but it was like cheeseburger. And cheeseburger was what triggered me to know what I was trying to talk about. Nothing to do about food, but it was something else. Because the type is not model for this. Oh, I haven't even set that up on this page. But yeah, yep, it is. I totally get it, that it's like sometimes it just looks like you're a crazy person, because it's like, what does this mean? Like, it means something to me. That's all that really matters. Okay, so the details page. Oh. The details. Oh. What did that error message say? Oh, I closed it because I'm dumb. Nice work, Kyle. Good work. Yeah, game servers, instances, and this one it'll be 2 clicks to get to all of them. I don't like lots of clicks, but it needs to make sense too. Oh, that's right, because when I created it, I got it. Yeah. This is trying to find this configuration, and that doesn't exist. Okay. Good old cuffs. I had the same thing here, and I'm like, yeah, that doesn't work. Let's see. On a get, I'll return a Valheim configuration. Let's create a new configuration. I'll pass in context, and I'll pass in the ID. Actually, that might just do it for me. And get rid of that. Does not exist. Oh. I named it wrong. Not convert. Oh. Let's force it to be an int. That might be all it takes. That'd be fantastic, wouldn't it? Again, restart. Restart. Yeah, context is the DB context. Hey, there they are. Sweet. Except that it didn't pull in any of the values. Is that right? I thought my context... Oh no, my configuration when I create it. I'm not actually... Yes, I am. Alright. Oh, the ID's wrong. If I come back here, I've got the... Okay, I got the wrong details. ID. Aha! Aha! Ugh, I haven't watched Coming to America in forever. That should be on my new watch list somewhere to watch soon. Oh yeah, because it's using the wrong ID. Oh, nope. Refresh. There it goes. All right. Haha. Edit takes me to the right one. And the okay, so the context has a collection of configurations on it. Correct. And the instance of a model knows how to load itself. Yes. Oh, what did I do? I just like highlighted everything on one monitor. That was cool. Oh, yeah, I'm doing it. I'm trying to do it so that it's a generalized settings, because the idea is I'm going to create this app to run on any Steam game, and I don't want it to be a significant amount of like files and database tables. And I didn't want to have, you know, like all these new tables that get created just to add a new game. And so that's where the kind of like the collection of configurations, it's all the configurations are stored in that table. So I just kind of work my way through it. That's kind of the idea. And yeah, I set it up so that when I create the instance of a model, it just knows how to load its own configuration settings. May not be the right way to go, but I guess it is what it is. We'll see. Hey, Jason, do I eat bread all the time? I love my bread. As long as I know how to work with it. Yeah, unfortunately, that's probably well, that's the way most of my apps are. It's like I kind of know how to work with it. However, you know, the way it goes is the next time I go look at it, I'll be like, well, this was stupid. Why did I do this? Thanks for the follow, Jason. Just because I like bread or I eat bread. That seems fair. I mean, let's go called development. Yeah, it is. I guess it is development. I always come back and be like, well, that was stupid. My intent is to make it so that when there's updates, the updates can be minimal to the app. Outside of, you know, there'll be some new models that get created for each game, but then there won't be like a database table dedicated to instances. So we'll see. Like I said, I'm sure it's probably the wrong way to go, but yeah, it is. If it is, I'll fix it later. Just like having all of this duplicate code. Oh, where is it? Right here, where it's the same, you know, 6 lines of code over and over and over again. I'll have to come back and fix it. And I recognize that this is terrible code, but we'll get there at some point. Trying to do the what is it, the crawl before you can walk method, get something going. I really did think about that, and there's no reason why I couldn't switch to that, I guess. I just hadn't. Yes, I'm struggling enough, I guess, using Razor Pages, so I think I go, because that's relatively new, and NoSQL is relatively new too to me, so I think I'll just I made the call to go with a traditional entity framework database to start with, because that's something that I know and I don't have to think quite so hard to get straightened out. Now, after I get the front end and stuff working, I kind of get some familiarity with it. Yeah, I don't want to drink from the fire hose. No, it's hard on the throat, you know. But I'm sure at some point I'll make that change and go to a NoSQL data store, because I think you're right. I think it would be more appropriate, but you know, it's just more work. Let's see. So I need to go back to my drawing. So I come to the details. So here's where I'll actually do the start, stop, and configure. I guess I already have configure. When I hit details, I can hit edit. And so we've got that. Edit and back to list takes me back here. That's a little weird. So then I think here I'll have, we'll start by putting the start and stop buttons to start the instance. Well, I guess before I get too crazy on that, I need to go to the server and let's change these to legit properties. And we'll get rid of the defaults that I put in. Oh, that's a constant. Never mind, can't do that. Actually, I can, because I want that to be. I thought that was another email from my wife. She must be really bored at work. Yeah, so now got download game content. She's emailing me because she's forwarding her work email stuff to me. But yeah, it is. It's $19.99. She works at a small town bank. I mean, they're kind of like, well, heck, you work with me. We work at a nuclear power plant. We work with technology from the 70s and people from the 70s sometimes. She's still far more advanced than we are at work sometimes. It's innovative. Sometimes it's innovative. Ahead of its time in the nuke world. Yeah, it's true. I was just found out the other day that we're getting rid of our last Windows Server 2000 box. And come on, it's only been 30 years. When did Windows Server 2000 come out? Windows Server 2000 piece. Oh yeah, it came out in 2000. I thought it came out before 2000. So yeah, it's been there for a while. Oh yeah. The Windows XP. We still have quite a few Server 2003, which is the server version of XP. So you know, we're only 24 years from release date on those. When was it end of life? That's the real question. Windows Server 2000 end of life. So that expired in 2010. So it's only like 14 years outside of support, right? So 2003, that'd be the same thing as XP. So 2015, that's only been 9 years. It's not even 10 years out of... Wait, yeah, 9 years. Yeah, it's basically brand new. I mean, we're running OpenVMS on the plant systems. And that's been... I guess that's still being supported, so that's a little different. Okay, yeah, so let's close some more of these windows again, because I'm getting a little out of control here. I totally just closed the ones that I want. All this running. I do not. Details. Yeah, I think to start with, I'm just going to put buttons down at the bottom here that just look right. How did I do that on the home page? Just have them do nothing that just has buttons. I could have buttons all over the place and just have them be, yeah, do nothing, or even better, have like hidden buttons. Oh man, I worked on, it was an Access database one time where, okay, I gotta draw this out. This is actually funny. So I had this Access database, and this database had, I'm gonna say, all these different forms, but they all had this same like banner across the top. And they had like a little section here then that was like, what do you want to say? Like it had like the name. So this one was like the name. And then it had all these other little boxes like as a design pattern on it. And in order to do anything administrative with the app, there was another box right here that was kind of like half hidden. And you'd have to, and you'd have to click that button. That was a button that actually did something, because that's what all these were. He drew this graphic using buttons in Access. And so he had all these things, had this text that went across the top, and then there's this little half button that just looks like a little quarter of a square sticking out, and you'd click it, and that would load up the admin forms that he had in there to like change some of the data. Oh, it was terrible. It was, well, it was, there was a run at work where we were just hiring contractors to build Access databases, and that's what it was. It was just some Access database some random contractor built for us. And I remember for the longest time we were trying to figure out like how the data was working. We're like, what is going on here? And I'm like, well, there's all these forms. Like, how do we get these forms to load? And I can't even remember how we stumbled upon it. I think at one point I was looking at it and I was clicking. I was like, these are just buttons. And so I was just clicking through each one of them. And then I saw that one, I clicked it and it's like, oh, that one fires off another form. And then you go dig into it. And I'm like, oh my God, that is insanity. I think we still use it at work. I could probably find it. I think. I don't remember. I'm sure it's there somewhere. Let's do this. I want to do it the same way I did this one. Actually, yeah, that would be fine because this is still could be a form. Refresh that page. So yeah, there it is. Start server. Hey. Except that I want it to do. Excuse me. I'm going to do each one of these. Do I want to do all of them? I definitely want to have download game. Download server. We're going to say download date server. That'll do that, and then I think I'll have one that does the start that'll also create the runtime container. I'm just gonna cheese it into its own form as well. Have start server, and then I need to have stop server. I need to put here. So that just runs the update. Gross. That gets me the output, which I think, if I'm correct, that gets me the container ID. So I'll need to have that. Oh, I'm dumb. I got it. This is way better. Public Valheim configuration. That's what I want. And when I start this guy up, pass in the configuration. I'll get rid of this one. One. That. Is that right? Oh man, that particle is getting worse. No, because I had a root folder path. Excuse me. Let's look at that data. Excuse me. Okay, yeah, I screwed that up. Let's back this up. So server path. That's not part of this configuration. Is it? Is an enabled server. No, it doesn't have it. Yeah, no, that's right. So this path to those application root server. Excuse me, man. I have to get a cough drop or something. It's gross. Okay, so I have that. This one's will need to get fixed. I want to pass in that information. I have the context. I could just pass in the parameter. I don't think this needs to have the DB context. Its sole job is just to start and stop the server. And the only time I really, yeah, I'm going to just pass it in. Excuse me. Server root path. It's gotta be server path anyway. Oh, because I commented out the wrong one. Uncommented the wrong one. And in reality, this may not even be necessary. It's not going to hurt to keep it. Okay, so now I'm going to download the game. So now, game root folder going to have to be configuration.game root folder. Oh, it's root folder name. I can't just. I was trying to cheese it, and I shouldn't have been. There we go. Server name. World name. This one here as well. Oh, here's where I get the ID. So I wait for the exit. Now I need to say configuration dot inner ID is equal to ID configuration dot save settings. And that's asynchronous. Oops. Wait. So now that will should give me the container ID of the Docker image. Let's make sure Docker is running. Not appear to be. For some reason, Docker has not started up, which I'm probably okay with. I don't want it running most of the time. Oh. Let's see, nothing's running. So we're gonna restart the app. All right, let's go to Valheim servers, details. Start the server. Oh, puke. Where am I at? Object reference. Oh, because I didn't have the freaking pages do anything. Idiot. All right, so I jumped the gun a little bit on that one. Oops. Let's see, I have them just say the name on post. So we're not going to call this test. We're going to call this download and start the casing. And public async task action result on post start and download. Action result on post. All right, so on the other one, I just, yeah, I don't need it to be an action result. I'm just gonna do exactly like this. So we will click download. Yeah, so I create a new instance of the server, do the things with it, and move on. All right, we'll start here. So we'll say Valheim server. Nope. Equal to new server. Excuse me. Valheim configuration. Context. I don't want to put it in here because it'll make it too long. So we're going to say var root path is going to be equal to context dot configuration where c dot key is equal to global. I don't know what it is. Global. That settings. That name server root. There it is. Dot first or default. Let's see. If root path is equal to null, turn put a state not found. Oh. I'm not returning an action result, so I don't want to do this. Root path does not equal null. Root path dot value. There we go. So now the server. Should we start server? All is not awaited the execution of the mod of this. Oh, I still need to make an async though. Oh wait. Pretty much the exact same thing, except that now it's. Oh, this one's actually not awaitable. Oh, I had to make this one awaitable. I didn't have to, I guess, because it's doing some saving. But not really necessary. All right, let's try it and see what starts the server. What? Configuration is null. Let's do that. Let's just crush it. Yep. Back. Let's run it. Did it die? It did. All right. So now we're bringing. Oh, it's null. Oh. Because this is not. Oh. Yeah. It makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Oh, where's the page I'm looking for? This one. Enable servers. Make it a bind property. I don't know if I can do that necessarily on this one. I have to throw this on. I don't have the ID, do I? What's the right way to do that? Come to details. Have the ID up there. Come here. Let's put a few breakpoints. Yeah, that's really the only one. Right. Context. Just stop. Just go this. It's all here. Know the route data. I have context. Age content. Restart. Damn it, I did. Actually, no, I want to keep it. I want to do that. I'm clicking that button. Maybe I'm just overthinking this. Could I be overthinking it? Possibly. Whoops. When I pull in here, I just need to have that ID. I'll just create it. Let's see. Query params. What's the word I'm looking for? Razor Pages. Is there like a Razor Pages specific way I should be getting this? I know how I do it in a web form. And it's just a query string. Yeah. View context? Maybe that's how async. Security reasons, you must opt into binding get request data to properties, verify user input before mapping it to properties. Opting into get binding is useful when addressing scenarios that rely on query string or route values. That makes sense. It is kind of a security risk. Well, what if can I just do this? Can I just say an ID? Shit. Because it is in the query parameters, so it knows that it exists. Is .NET Core smart enough to just allow that to happen? No, it's null. Okay. I'm sure this is just me not knowing what I'm doing. .NET Razor. By default, the form values are appended. Receiving pages used. Get is used. Razor Pages. And are attributed. If you do not want these queries to previous get, you can try to explicitly set ASP page attribute. That's what I'm doing. Maybe I shouldn't be doing it that way. I'm telling it which page. Form SP page handler. Let's Google how that works. I don't really know. Razwa pages. Learn Razor Pages. This sounds like, ooh, I think I need that book. I like that guy. Girl, I guess I thought it was like a samurai outfit. It is not. Post. Whoa. Ah, crap. That's view. Method is post. To have a query string values representing their handlers. Well, you can use routing to add optional route values for handler methods can be designed to accept parameters. Okay. I want in a post handler, the parameter name must match a form field name for the incoming value to be automatically bound to the parameter. Oh, yeah, okay. That seems dumb that I couldn't figure that out on my own. So now the part that's dumb is I do have multiple forms on the page, so I'm gonna have to have it in there twice, at least for now. Type equals hidden name. What? This as and not null, then I I'm gonna make cast it to a non-nullable int, and I can say it's ID. Oh, it's model.id. There's gotta be a better way to do that. That's gonna have to be inspected. There, now I've got an ID. Okay, so now we'll change that so it's not that. And that, need to cast it anymore. I'll turn that off. Bang, shebang. Oh. What the heck now? Configuration. I click start, it was. All right, let's check it. I don't know what I did. All right. Got an ID. It's 1. I now have a Valheim configuration. It's got all the settings in it. Okay. Oh, I'm dumb. I know exactly what I did wrong. This is not that. Now I'm gonna have instance. I do have a that wouldn't be a semantic bug, would it? Yeah, it'd be a semantic bug here. When I do this, oh, it's not gonna work anyway. What? Well, it started the server, so why did it do that? Oh, because it went back to the page and it's trying to do this. Interesting. Oh, not what I want. Because it went back to the details page and it doesn't have that ID. However, the server started. It's at 105%, so it's still loading, but it started the server. So that's good. Go look at this. Yeah, so I start and it's returning back to the same page. But I don't have that ID, so it can't actually build the page correctly. So if I wanted to do that, I do need to make it an action. So, because regardless of what happens, I'm going to return page. Ooh, thanks for the follow. Ooh, that's a hard one to say. Bez. Let's see. Howdy, howdy. How are you doing? Bezamini? I can't pronounce words, so I'll keep it simple. Bez. I need to return the page with the ID. No overloaded method for page takes argument. Oh, it just doesn't work. Doing pretty good. Just kind of struggling a little bit. I've been getting over being sick, so doing a lot of coughing and a lot of drinking just to kind of keep all of my sinus drainage and stuff clear. Okay, well, let's double check. This is a good opportunity to show my semantic bug that's going to be out there. And it's trying to think of how I want to solve it. It's all about the game settings. Because every time I start the server, I want to have the settings be whatever they are currently set to. So my start command actually needs to rewrite that config if it's different. Or maybe I just rewrite it every time. I'll connect, and I'll have to know what that password is, which is not the one that I have set in the configuration. And actually the server name will be wrong too. Failed to connect. Well, why is that? Game. Local. Let's take a look at the server. Got the right ports. My to-do list is woefully behind, isn't it? Let's close some of those. Close two. That's weird that it's not letting me connect. It's not even showing that it's here. 456 and 2457. Huh. Well, we'll stop it anyway. I'm not too interested in fixing that part at the moment. Oh. Now it's exited and it's dead. Let's see, where else are we? Oh, I wanted to test this. I'm gonna test the start functionality to see if it comes back, if that page works as expected. Actually doesn't have that container ID. Do I like Microsoft, like as a company, or just like the development tools? Those are very different questions. Oh, ouch. I hurt myself. There we go. Like the company? I don't know. I don't really have opinions one way or the other than it's a massive tech company, and typically yeah, I do. I can't multicast. There we go. I do cast to YouTube and to Kick. But anyway, as I was saying, like any other large company, they typically aren't the most what do I want to say, something to be desired. They never tend to be great companies because that's just the way they are, because big companies are out to make money. Not to say that big companies can't do good things, but I tend to be less trustworthy of big companies, I guess. I don't know. It's just, I'm generally not trustworthy of a lot of things, I guess. I'm a skeptic most of the time. Start the server. It didn't like that still. Just run it again and see what it pops up. Yeah, it just doesn't pass that ID back. Huh. That's why it's puking. The server's starting again though. I have the entire software development category. Sweet. I don't think it was a category until fairly recently, because when I first started doing it, I want to say it was what was it? There was something else that I picked. Maybe it was just generic technology. But yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I think it is a recent change on the Kick side of things. All right, so now the game server is connected. I'm gonna try to start it again. I'm a little disconcerted that the server isn't functioning, or it wasn't letting me connect. Guess I could go here and look at the configs too and see if I screwed something up there. Docker test root. I'm joining to localhost. Come on, show something. That's not very promising. I'm fairly certain it activates right away and shows a log that says something connected. Server. Yeah, well there's the latent or the semantic bug where it's not updating the settings. Interesting that it's not connecting. It's not supported on this platform. I wonder if there's been an update. I didn't actually update the server. Maybe that's part of the problem. That would be funny if that's what it was. All right, we won't worry about that right now. Well, actually, if I did this, it should work. I don't know. Microsoft Windows doesn't really make me lazy. Just because I kind of have the mentality. So the question was if Microsoft Windows makes me lazy. I mean, it can, but it's what I call like quality of life stuff, right? Like, yeah, I can do everything from a terminal, whether it's the Windows command terminal or Windows PowerShell, or doing it on something like like on a Linux machine. Ooh, thanks for the double follow now, TB. But when it comes down to doing things, it's sometimes all the stuff that's baked into like Windows can make me do things better faster. I guess it's kind of a way to look at it. I have the same opinion of like ChatGPT. Like, I think ChatGPT for development is going to be fantastic for things that are simple. Yes, it's going to make me a little bit less of a good programmer because of the things that I can just have it do. But I mean, let's be honest, I'm not that good of a programmer anyway. So if I have it write me some code to read and write from a file, it's going to work better than the code I write. Well, in the end, it'll be about the same, right? I'll work through the problems in my own code, but it takes me a lot less time. And I think that's the way like operating systems are too. It makes you be able to do the things you want to do faster and easier. And the same thing can be said with Macs too, right? I use a Mac. I have several Macs. I have one sitting over there that I use for like schoolwork. But it makes certain things easier, but it makes other things harder. There's times when I wish that, Mac OS would let me just do the same things that I'm familiar with doing in Windows, just because I've grown accustomed to the efficiencies. But it's really just comes down to fluency. Like, I can do all of this stuff that I'm doing here. I could do it from like VI on a Linux box, over an SSH session. There's absolutely no reason why I couldn't do it. However, I'm already slow enough as it is. That would just make me a little bit slower. It's kind of nice to be able to just press one button and it compiles links, generates executables, and then launches my application. Like I said, I could still do it someplace else too, but I don't think it makes me lazy. I think in general it can make some people lazy. But I've kind of come from the school of learning it the hard way and understanding it, because I have a firm belief that understanding the nuts and bolts of how something works makes you a better developer because of it. A great example is like network communication. Like, we can have a discussion about how one app talks to another app over the network, and that's all great, but you need to have an understanding of how a TCP handshake works, right? What's the process, right? SYN, SYNAC, ACK. It's 4-part communication. We always say 3-part, but that's technically not true, right? When you do a TCP handshake, it's for 4-part communication, and you have to understand at least how it works. I don't expect someone to write out the network stack and show the numbering and how it does that and the CRC checks and all that stuff. But if you know it, that's great. But sometimes when you're talking about a technology and how it works, especially when you're troubleshooting, you need to understand some of the root low-level details on how it is implemented, because that helps, at least for me, it helps me glean understanding of how it's working, and it might help me understand what may be going wrong, I guess, is kind of one way to look at it. And it just happens to be that Windows is my tool of choice because I have the most proficiency in Windows. So A long-winded answer to say no. What was I looking up? What was? Oh, that's right. I'm still not getting the page to come up with. And to be honest, I need all the help I can get. So if Windows is gonna make it a little bit easier for me to go figure out why I'm dumb, I'm down with that. ASP.net core razor page return page with parameter. I just said examples. Actually, I think what's made me lazy as a person and developer is Google. I don't have to remember how to stand up my connections to my database servers to connect and read and write to my database, because Google can tell me so much faster. That's made me lazy. So it just does. They just say redirect to page, and I just pass the ID. Yeah. Okay. Sometimes you get into that. The point where you're like, oh, I need to create a connection to a database, and I'm like, oh yeah, I know I need to create a connection string, and then it's like, well, now what do I do? Like, oh, okay, Google it. Yeah, you're right. We do have to recall. There's a lot of things involved in software development, and you can't remember everything. You can only remember what you've done recently, right? A great example is this, like redirect to page. Like, I've done this hundreds of times. And I just couldn't remember what I needed to do. Right, that's true. The experience does make it easier to do the search, right? Like, hey, I'm gonna type in, here's what I need, and now I know it's, like I said, redirect to page. Oh, not to action. Direct to page. And detail. And yeah, I just looked at it, and it's, yeah, this is always the thing that gets me. That syntax. And ID. There we go. Oof. Yeah, there we go. But I do think, yeah, you're right, that having the ability to search for what you need is the primary skill set of a software developer or any kind of technology person. You don't need to know it, you need to know how to find it. Like coffee, need to know how to find coffee. I'm almost out, and it's a kind of a depressing moment because I think I need to go. I may have to go buy coffee. Ooh, I won't make it through the rest of the weekend if I don't buy coffee. All right. Details. Start. Well, to heck with you too. Excuse me. TensorFlow. Have I worked with TensorFlow? Oh, I want to say I have. TensorFlow. Why do I know this? End-to-end open source machine learning platform for everyone. Discover TensorFlow's flexibility. I have worked on it in the sense that I went to a conference where we, I think it was interactive. I think it was like a lab where I used TensorFlow. It's been a while. But yeah, because it was all about preparing models, because we used it, and we also used we did some stuff with IBM Watson. So I took a course at one of our developer conferences with an IBM fellow. I can't for the life of me think of his name. I took several of his workshops because they were fantastic. He was an excellent teacher. And when he worked for IBM, we did a whole course related to some machine learning stuff, and we did a few things with Watson. Like maybe it might have been 2 courses. It was the same day. it might have been like a half-day course on one and a half day on the other, but we did a lot of stuff where we were training models to identify things. I don't even remember what it was. I think I picked football team stadiums maybe, or something like that, where I sent it a bunch of pictures to train up a machine learning, and it would try to identify the team based on the picture, not necessarily with a data set I had provided, but by looking at like the name of the fields and things on it. And we went through like the details of how it understood, like how it would identify, you know, different football stadiums, not necessarily pro teams, but also college teams. So, you know, like college places, and it would look at like logos and stuff like that. And I think we did the same thing with, maybe we didn't do that with TensorFlow. I have very limited experience though. Machine learning and all of this stuff is something that is on my wish list of learning to do, and I'm trying to make that part of my development goals at work, to go take some machine learning courses, and I haven't quite gotten it approved yet. I keep kind of like pushing it, like, hey, you know, it would be cool if we could learn some kind of machine learning, whether we do it with TensorFlow or, you know, we're a Microsoft partner, so we have access to some of the Microsoft machine learning tools. That it would be cool to like find some business use cases for this. So so I can get more experience, because it is something that I think would be very cool. Oh, that's right. I was trying to figure out what's happening. Oh, and I need to stop that. I'm gonna stop my container, and I can't find Docker. Affectionate Alameda. All right, game servers. This time it should break. Okay. Oh, I'm dumb. That's all. Details. All right. Yep. I didn't type it right. Oh man, this cough is getting worse though. Oh, I should have actually break. Whatever. Like testing in prod, we're just gonna run with it. Hey, it went back. Yeah. And the server started. Yeah. Okay, that's good signs. Now I have start new server done. That works. This is number 5. We'll kill that one. Now the thing that it didn't do is it didn't save that container ID. So I'll need to troubleshoot that next. So let's go take a look at that. So that'll be inside of the server code. So we'll do that. Nope. Oh, that's not right either. This is what I'm doing. We'll stop this, and we're gonna run it again. So I'm gonna hit start server, my breakpoint. Here we go. Okay. So now the configuration ID. Okay, so it's there. So I'm probably not saving container ID again. Ah, crap. Yeah. We're gonna add that to the list. save container ID and save method. Go. All right, I want to go get myself some more water because I am pretty much out of coffee, and take a quick bio break. And then I will come back and I will tackle this problem. I hit run so I can stop the server again. Excuse me. And then we will hopefully get something wrapped up here in a few minutes and have something that's actually workable. All right, I'll be back in a few minutes. All right. The bios have been braked and the water has been acquired. So is a cough drop too. Hopefully that makes my coughing a little bit less of a pain in the ass for me. One in my pocket and my can't do that. My fat doesn't let me have a phone in my pocket with this particular pair of pants on. All right, let's see. Container ID. I need to save the container ID. That is a configuration. I'm thinking about this rewrite. Yeah, okay. So code scope creep. I'm gonna fix this read and write code to make it better. This one will be easier, the save. Because yeah, it will be. So we're gonna start with bar settings. We're gonna excuse me, I'm still not coughing, but I'm definitely still phlegmy. Oh, oops. I just copied the same one twice, didn't I? Do I really like coffee? I really do. And don't apologize for your English. I totally get that. I do like coffee. It's one of those things that when I was younger, couldn't stand it. I love the smell of it. I always loved the smell of coffee. Growing up, our house was kind of a congregation point for some of the people that worked in town. I grew up in a really small town, and they'd come over and we'd have like coffee in the morning. It's a thing. If you live in Midwest United States, coffee in the morning as an old person is a thing. And so I used to love the smell of it, but I couldn't stand the taste. Even until I was even in probably my mid-20s, I just could not stand the drink and the taste of it. And then one day I can't remember, I was really tired. I'm like, I need to have something. Then I went to a place, all they had was coffee. I'm like, I'll just have some. And I was like, I can tolerate it as long as I fill it up with, sugar or creamer. And then one time I was making it at home with creamer and I ran out of creamer, and I'm like, well, I got all this coffee, I might as well just try to power through it. And I eventually kind of acquired the taste where I could do it. And then after a while I realized I actually like the taste of regular straight black coffee now. It's weird. So it's definitely the definition of an acquired taste. And so, yeah, I do. A lot of times I'll be sitting, I'll just be craving coffee just for the flavor, not even for like the energy or the caffeine that's in it. Okay, instance name. Active. So Bez, where are you from originally? You said English isn't your native language. What is your native language? It's the last one. Nice. Ooh, Poland. Nice. Unfortunately, I have never had the opportunity or privilege to travel outside of the country, unfortunately. It's on my bucket list. There's a lot of places I want to go, especially in Europe. I'm a I'm kind of a big history buff, especially like world history. Not US history. I'm a United States citizen and I hate US history. But I always wanted to go visit um all anything in Europe, Mesopotamia, you know, all those kind of old world places just to go look at the history. I love like architecture. I love going and looking at like, you know, old houses, churches, you know, all that kind of like the old style construction and stuff like that. And I would absolutely love just to go on a tour of just about every country in Europe and just see things. I think that would be so much fun. I think that's all the ones that I need now. Yeah, I probably will. I think right now the thing is I'll wait for my kids to be a little bit older. Um, my oldest, she's 10 years old now. I think she would be able to go, but my son, he's 7. He needs to be a little bit older. I think when he hits 10, that would be when I'm gonna try to go. Just leave him at home. The sad thing is they probably would be. I am fortunate enough that my 10-year-old is super responsible. So she could probably be all right. Probably not for how long it would take for me to go tour like all of Europe, but yeah, she could. I know that she'd be fine for at least a day or two. Especially since one of her little side passions is cooking, and she's actually not terrible, so it's like as long as there's food in the house, she'd be fine. And nothing broke. Okay, let's try to do settings. I don't want to call it that. I'm going to call it setting. Oops. There you go. Yeah. 15. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can see there's plenty to do. Yeah. Yeah, I think that would be super cool. I could go and spend days, even in like the least interesting of cities, probably, and just walking around and just looking at stuff, especially, you know, places like UK or any of the European places that have, you know, some of the older style architecture. I could just walk around and just tour those places and just stare at them. I don't know, it's a weird fascination of mine that you know, just to go see how, you know, it just kind of it's silly because it's like my house was built in the 70s, 1971, and I know for a fact that if this house makes it 100 years, it will be a miracle. But to go see, you know, any kind of building that's several hundred or more years old, it's just like, that's insane. It's just it's fascinating, and we think we're the advanced ones. Hmm. I don't know. I'm terrible with naming. String.format, and I'll take and this is the same. Bam. change the name because that's what I do. I loved. Ooh, Buckingham Palace. That would be cool. 2,200 miles in 2 weeks. Wow. That's a lot. I mean, I guess, yeah, that's a lot of miles, but that is cool. I love the food and the castles. Yeah, I think, yeah, that is pretty cool. I think going in to go see Buckingham Palace would just be awesome. Just any of those places that are just like of historical significance. Like I want to go see as many of them as I can. You know, things like Great Wall of China, Taj Mahal, Buckingham Palace. Like even in the United States, like I want to go see the White House and those places. But in my mind, it's the much older stuff that I really just love. Like going and walking through like seeing Stonehenge and walking through some of those even like ruins of old castles, I think would just be, that would be perfect for me. Like I could do that all the time. Like just that could be my life. I think that would be cool. Yeah, I've been to Carhenge. I'm from Nebraska, so oh, hang on. So we've got our own version, not quite as spiritual though. Carhenge here in Alliance, Nebraska. They recreated Stonehenge using scrap cars. There we go. That's a better picture of it. It's actually it was interesting on its own to go. We went this last summer with my wife's family, and we went on this camping trip, and we were by Alliance, and I'm like, oh, we should go to see Carhenge again because I've been to it before. And so yeah, so we went and walked around. It was, I mean, it's funny. It started, its history is interesting. It started off as more of a, I don't want to say it was a joke. It was one of these things that the owner, it's just a field. It's a field in someone's yard outside what used to be their farm. And he had parked a couple of cars there, and somehow they had stacked them up. And then someone had gave him the idea kind of jokingly. He's like, oh, you could, create it like Stonehenge. And he's like, oh, haha. And then he's like, I'm going to try it. And then he started stacking the cars. And I think the guy went and visited Stonehenge several times to try to get it as accurate dimensionally as possible. And then people donated all the cars and stuff. It's a tourist trap kind of place. Like I bought stuff at the gift shop. I've got a poster that shows me all the make and models of all the cars that they know of. There's a couple that they don't know like exactly what year car it is, but it's fun. So that's Nebraska, United States for you, man. We don't have anything interesting of our own, so we got to make it up. It is like you go walk through it and I'm like, okay, this is kind of neat. Like I'm sure it was just some guy having a blast for a couple weeks, and then after a while it's like now it's kind of a thing in Nebraska. Like now you can go see Carhenge. Let's see, loop through each one of them. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm okay. I'm gonna look these guys up too. Images. Ow. Oh, look at that. Give me some better pictures, maybe. God, yeah, that'd be sweet. Oh, that's just a picture of Poland. I was like, what is this? Oh, it's a map. I didn't realize by looking at it was a map. My uncultured swine. God, just all of these buildings, man, just look so cool. That is such a cool area. I almost had a chance when I was in college to go to Poland. There was an event that my senior project team signed up for. I can't remember what it was. Maybe it was a Microsoft thing. They had this event where all these different colleges participated in a thing. And our project made it to the quarterfinals, I think. It was like these different projects, and they were like rated, and if you won, you got like some grant money or whatever. And we made it to the quarterfinals, and I think if we'd have gone to the semifinals, so like that, or maybe if we got to the quarterfinals, the finals were being held in Poland, and they would fly everybody out, and it was like a 3-day event where you could go do the thing. We presented our projects to all these different people, and in the end, you might win something. We never made it to the quarterfinals. We missed it by like just barely. And I think it was in Poland. Because I remember when I was reading, I'm like, oh, it's in Poland, and I can't remember, because I think it was in Warsaw. And yeah, I thought that would have been super cool. Yeah, I would probably have never come back. I mean, yeah, that's cool. I mean, unlike the United States, like, people are super pleasant and happy. Seems like half the people I meet here are not that. That's cool. Oh, what was the other one I wanted to look up? NIEDZICA. What? Don't tell me things, stupid. What is happening? I just want to type. There we go. Oh yeah, that's cool too. Oh yeah, that'd be sweet. All right, I think this is gonna be my first foreign trip. I'm going to Poland. God, look at that. That's just cool. Yeah, that's awesome. I love it. Thank you for the suggestions. That may have to just be my my first foreign trip. It's awesome. Let's see. I think I can cut all this out now. All right. No servers running. Sweet. We're gonna just test server name 2. Saves. Oh, it puked. It's not recognized as a valid boolean. Oh. Oh, it set them all to server name too. Because I just changed it to server name. Oops. Oh, poop. Yeah. All right. Let's do this. Let's undo this for now. This is what I get for trying to just slam in another change. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna fix it so that's right. I probably can't edit it. It's probably gonna break the page. Oh, yep. That's because there's one value that actually has to be not a string. Can I edit it? False. That's it. There we go. All right. Server name, build name, password. Oh crap! What is that? That path. Server. Save. There we go. Now it's fixed. Yeah, I didn't take into account that I had to pass in the properties too. I'll have to think about that one a little bit. So in the meantime, we're just gonna do more copy and paste repetition. Instance ID, what I called it. Do want to make sure that I say container ID. I'm dumb. ID. Container ID may be null. Oh. No. Enabled server container ID. Oh, because it can be nullable. That's fine. And now I need to bring that one in. Load. So again with the duplication, I know. Go. And it's just going to be value. Restart. I don't want to edit. I want details. Details. Start the server. Okay, so now I have the configuration ID. Let's see if it... There it is! There's the container ID. Hot dog. There it is. Hot diggity. Cool. So now... okay, so I've got... I can kill that one. Let's kill that item. So, task done. Button. Customize a new instance of the game. I don't have that quite how I want that yet. So what I want to do, because one of the things I still have, and I haven't addressed this yet, is the start script for this particular server is not taking my new settings, because see, it's got different world name, different password, different name. So I want to make sure I reset these every time I start the server instance, because then that way they stay in sync, right? Fidelity. It's got fidelity. Sorry, that's a keyword at work that I always crack a joke whenever, or crack a smile whenever somebody says they've got to maintain fidelity. Just it's a nuclear thing. So what I need to do when I hit start server, I need to go through this process of writing the contents, not the Docker file. Where do I do it? Right, where I write the script contents. And I do this initially when I download the game content, but I need to do that every time the server starts, because I'm not going to try to keep track of what the settings are in that start config file. I'm just going to redo it every time. So what I'm going to do is rid of this line of code. I think I want to make it a make it a function because then I can just change it in one place. And so I pass in the script name. Have all of this because configuration is there. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna write, minimize these. I'm gonna write public, private void, update start script, and I'm going to pass in path. Do I want to call it a path? Script path. I think that's all I need to pass in. Cannot be used as a parameter. I'll just, okay, string. That's all I need. Otherwise, it's just this code. So I'll take this. And instead of doing this, script path. Go like that and like that. Oops, don't indent that. That one's unnecessary. So now we're going to say update the start script. Path dot fine. Server path start server name. Oh, not enough parens. Actually, it needs to do both of those, doesn't it? It needs to delete first. Oops. Stop hover popping things. Script path. Just delete the file. Now, write the new. Need that anymore? Yes, the hover popping thing is the technical description of whenever that happens. That is the actual Microsoft description of what that it means when you get the hover popping thing. Probably could pull that up in the doc somewhere, I'm sure. Oh, hey, look, I got server path there too. Sweet. Oh, wait a minute. Server path. Is that the right thing? Server path configuration. It is. Look at that. Server path. Oh. Ooh, that's not right. Server path plus start script name. Gotta do, yeah, same thing here. Dot combine path start server script name. Now it should work-ish. Then let's try the download game content and see if I can make that work. Here. Actually, I think it's already configured. So, Then this needs to pass in the ID. Excuse me. Got the hidden value. Okay. See if it works. There were build errors. Oh. Oh yeah, because I forgot to finish my this part. Task or action. Well, I don't need to make it a task on that one. Okay, so now this one might be a little bit harder to there it is. No, I should see that file date update, I would think, right? Ooh, yeah, now that container ID's messed up the view. Oh, bugger. Damn. It's broken again, isn't it? Yep, it is. That's because I do this here. And I don't do it there. I do this. And then scratch my eye. Oh. And then I create the server and I pass in the configuration. There we go. Do 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 do. Here we go. Don't drag up. There we go. Actually, you can see that it's doing something there. It's connecting. Says it's already up to date. Cool. And that should have the new values in it, right? Server name, world name, password. Nice. Something in my eye. I think it's an eyelash. Ow. So oh, the server was still running too. Oops. So customize new instance of the game. I think that's fixed. Done. That's 3. All right. No. That was not 3, it was 4. I don't think I can undo. I don't think I have that functionality. I can create an instance. Well, we'll just test it. Can I create an instance? Create a new server. Huh? Oh, created it, so we'll delete one. Edit. Edit. Yeah, no, it works. It's just my UI page is broken. Oops. Let's just click randomly and see what happens. Apparently my mouse was over there and I clicked on OBS. Actually 4 that's done. All right, let's see if I can fix that create code. So I say create game servers, create instance. Ouch. Really didn't get my contacts because my ears are hurting. Alt. Game servers. Let's look at the game servers code first. Let's start there. Game servers index. Okay. I think this is the problem here, is I changed... No, I didn't change any of these. All right, yeah. So let's look at create instance. Then. What does create instance expect? Hang on. First things first. So there's nothing in here because it just routes to create instance. When it loads, I get an ID. And I get the game server. Found a game server. Not determine what config we should. No, not now. Let me breakpoint this. Let's go load it and see. It's on create. So create new server. It didn't do it, but now if I go to Valheim servers, I've got another one. Yeah, it just keeps creating. So it is working, but it's not what I want it to do. So file a game server. So in the case of this, it's a Valheim server. So I create a new config. I set the game server ID. Context enabled servers. I add it as an enabled server. And oh. No, that config ID, that should be right. Maybe my problem here isn't this, it's that it should be going to edit. Okay, I think that's right. Let's try going to edit. Start it just to be safe. Ooh, my tummy's grumbling. It's about lunchtime, I think. I have no idea what I'm gonna have for lunch. I ate my leftover pizza yesterday. Oh, see, it still ends up there. All right, let's go do that breakpoint again. I think I know what's happening, but I want to see it again. Create a server. Say, all right, ID is not null. So I generate a game server. I find it. Valheim server. Say, all right, Valheim configuration. Config. Create a new one. Set the game ID. Add it. Save changes. And I'm going to say redirect page. Big ID 6. Valheim server. I think that's the wrong. Why is it that? No, because it's edit. Valheim server edit. Oh, I'm not returning. Dumbass. Gotta return redirect to page. I can't just call redirect to page. Don't need that. Or this now. I was getting a weird error before, and it's because I wasn't returning the redirect page. I was just trying to redirect. That's my old web form developer crap coming back, where you just do it. You don't have to return it. Game servers. Create new server. Ah. Well, poop. So much for that being a... It could still be that that there's something wrong with that URL. I never actually tested that. Let's start here and let's go to this edit page. Valheim server edit ID equals 2. Oh, damn it. I want to close it. Game servers. Create a new one. All right, so I create that configuration. No page name, Valheim's. Oh, because there's a dot there, maybe? Oh, yeah. Yep, that's exactly it. How do I make that correct? Oh, let's see. Layout. Yeah, no dot, just get rid of the dot. And then after this, I gotta figure out how to delete instances, because I haven't done that yet. Spell it right. God, best if I can't spell either. I don't have to put it in here when it's here. All right, let's just Google it, make sure I got it right. Page name. Maybe it says redirect to page result. Well, that's probably broken there too. Maybe I get rid of that. Maybe that's what I gotta do. Maybe there's no slash at all. I don't know. I can't. Nope. All right, well, maybe I have something screwed up here. It's not page name. To the specified page name using the specified handle. Print folder. We'll just say folder. Excuse me. Routed and Razor pages. I've had a lot of luck on this website. Did enough values. Redirect. No, it's not there. How was it the Learn Razor Pages app does? Oh, there is a search right there. Redirect to page. Redirect to page result. Page handler, huh? I think that's the right syntax. Because I think that's, well, that's the main. Actually, no, I do want that to go to the main page. I want that to go back. Anyway, I'm going to, let's try it one more time. And then I think I'm going to switch and try to delete my pen across the room, apparently. Game server. No page name Valheim server matches the supplied value. Maybe I've got to put it like this, edit, then get rid of this one maybe? All right, I know I said that was last time, but one more time. There it goes, now it works. All right, fair enough. All right, now I need to go and be able to click this delete button. So when I click delete, no, this is going to be on Valheim server delete. Oh, this is the same code that I had to fix on all the others. And this one. Splits. I've got all of that. It's really just this. Why is ID a problem? Oh, because I don't think I need to set that, do I? Yeah, I do, because I'm gonna have a button. I don't think I will, actually. Now when I go to do the delete, I'm going to say context enabled servers find async an ID. I'll need to delete. I gotta look at the data again. So I'll have to delete the enabled server and the configuration items for that. Be all of these if they exist. So I'll still need that ID. Okay, that's fine. And I will say, if it's not null. Remove enabled server. Enabled server is not. Oh, here. What? Argument cannot convert. Oh yeah, you have a nice day too, Bez. Hope to see you next time I get on. Maybe, hopefully. I don't know, since it's a big time difference. Hopefully, I'm streaming while you're awake. All right, so that will remove settings or the enabled server. Now I need to clear the settings out. I need to have just here. No, we're not going to do that. Let's see, what was that? Where am I? I'm here. So I delete the enabled server. Now delete all the server configs for this instance. Context where key is equal to string.format some value ID. Yeah, ID. First or default. Is there a one-line delete with a search? Probably not. Context dot configuration dot remove. And then I would need to have the entity, which is context dot configuration dot where ID is equal to string.format dot first. It's not ID, it's key anyway. Yeah, I can't do that because if it's default, which would be null, which in this case they will be, I can't. It won't delete. It'll puke. I'm gonna have to get them each one at a time. then delete them. That's unfortunate. If setting does not equal null. Actually, I'm going to change it to say duration. Then I can say context dot duration dot remove setting. Now I think I can do this one with a loop without any issues, because yeah, because I'm just looking at those keys. All right, so I'm going to create a public string server setting get to turn new string array, these values in it. Nope. So now I've got keysy. All right. So now for here, I'll say for each string in Valheim connection dot server setting key. And here it's going to be key. But it's not a string there, it's that. Succeeded. All right. That's 3. It's working. I don't know if it's getting less or not. Yeah. 12. Yeah. Yeah. Details. Now I need a stop button. Let's put a stop button on it before I quit for lunch. Let's go to that. Let's go back to details. In this case, another form. Not sure that's the best way or not, but we'll figure it out later. We're going to say stop server. Danger. Model.contain. Valheim configuration.container. Let's check that. So I create that configuration because I need, okay, so I can't pass in that I still need to pass it in the model.id. So that way it looks the same. Action result on post stop int ID. Still gonna do all this. The difference is now I'm not going to. I don't have a function yet to stop server. Click async ask stop server. I'll just paste all these in. The difference is now I'm going to just say docker. What's the command? I gotta figure out the syntax of the command. It's docker stop. Stop container command. Docker stop. Is it just and the number, not a parameter? Oh yeah, docker stop and then container number. Okay, cool enough. Docker stop. Configuration dot container ID. It's a comma. Now I say that configuration container ID is equal to null. To have that I equals 0 in there anymore. Let's F9 that one, and let's try it. I've got a container running. The trusted Hodgkin. I hit stop server. Okay, it looks right, so let's run it. Didn't look like it stopped. Oh wait, no it did. Ah, dang it, that stopped. Nice. And it cleared the container ID to false. Interesting. Set it to that instead. Make it an empty string. All right, man, that knocked out the last item on the list. Six. Bam. That was the last of them. Sweet. All right, so now game servers, list of servers. I can edit the settings. Just go like that. Save. Oh, it still sets it to false. I wonder why that is. I know why that is. Because I copy and pasted all my stuff. And what did I do? I convert it to Boolean. Add but oh no, there's container ID. So now I have to change it to container ID. There's that. Okay, so that fixes that. So I actually probably go back here to change this back to null. Now the nice thing is I should still be able to click that stop button and it won't cause any issues because Docker handles that correctly. If I go to my server, I hit stop server, nothing pukes. This says false, which is, you know, a little weird. Configurations. Let's see if I can container ID. And when I do the stop, configuration container ID is equal to null. Save the settings on a stop. Maybe it doesn't like that. Let's try putting it back there and see if it does. Oh, it didn't actually do that. I don't know how to clear all my tasks. I just tried to clear them. Didn't work. There we go. It didn't like null. That's it. So now I go details. Let's start the server. Just start it up. Condescending Jones. You call him Dr. Jones, doll. Oof, yeah, good Indiana Jones moment. I love that movie. All right, it's running. Stop it. That one takes a little while because it is actually still starting up. But I killed it, which is what I want. Okay. No, that's awesome. I'm super excited about that. That's good works. All right. I think. Yeah, no, that's really good. I think I've got all of the groundwork laid that I need to start adding more games to the server. I think now I'll need to go in and clean up the specifics on this specific server, and then what I'll probably do is try to write up kind of generically how each server object is going to operate moving forward so that I can have multiple game servers in there. I should also include a way to check the status on an instance of a server. So like based on that container ID, maybe I can get like a running list of those servers. Maybe, yeah, I could probably do that. I don't think that would be too weird. Yeah, I'll think about that. I mean, I think maybe for phase 1, you have to install Docker. You can always pull up Docker like I have here and see what servers are running. It's harder to figure out which ones are which just by looking at that, but that might be a... Actually, no, I can just do the same thing. I can do the process stuff. I can just go pull that status every time the page loads and it just checks the running status and I can see running or non-existent. That'll be easy enough to do. I'll put that in on my next list. And then next time, yeah, I'll go and I'll add that. We'll clean up the code a little bit. Maybe I'll write some documentation. I know everyone's favorite part about writing code, right? Documenting what you did. And then I think I'll start working on adding another server and see if it, then that'll be like the real test of like my design. How hard is it for me to create a new instance of a server of a new game? I picked Valheim, that was easy. I'll pick another easy one, and then I'll probably pick something that's a little bit more complex. And I guess we'll kind of see where it gets me. So I guess it is Friday, so I Probably will stream a little bit tomorrow. I don't know what time because, you know, my weekend schedules are getting to be very crazy because we're already getting into sports seasons for the kids. But we will figure out what we can do. I will probably, like I said, I'll be back tomorrow, work on it a little bit, and yeah, we're making good progress. It was a good day, very productive day. So, all right, everybody, let's see what we got going on here. Anybody we can go in and take a raid on that's writing code? Doesn't look like it. All the people I follow that write code are not streaming today. So, nope, don't do that. Ooh, looks like Loyal Patriot streaming some DayZ. We're gonna jump over there because I enjoy watching a little DayZ. Hopefully, if it works for me. Yeah, here we go. All right, everybody. I will see you guys later.
Set on a train where each car is a different
It just keeps going, chat.
My favorite is the Autumn Cafe car. It has pretty good Wi-Fi, so you can make calls or watch videos on your phone. Like this
just
one about
keeps
a
going.
Minecraft server centered around a holy Rubik's Cube. On one of the tropical sites, I built a house. Here you could find me working on this weird drawing idea I had about an ocean
Isn't that just like, it messes with your brain, dude? It's giving you anxiety? This is the art that never ends. It just goes on and on, my friends. I just started drawing it, not knowing what it was. Drawing, and I'll forever draw it. Those are pretty cool. I don't know how they make that. It's so wild. Yo, thank you, Jad. Appreciate you, dude. My wife and I saw those recently, and they like blew us away. We're like, what the heck, dude? Endless photos? Like you just gotta zoom in and see where it continues? You want to see the final product?